When you own an EV, you're obsessed with getting maximum mileage from your battery. But did you know there are a few simple things that you can do to maximize your mileage? Well, to help me explain what you can do at home to get the most out of your EV, I am joined by this gorgeous Genesis GV70 and this rather lovely Kia EV6. Let's talk about tyres and the relationship that it has with your range. Well, your tyres are the only thing that touches the ground when it comes to your car. And if your tyres are underinflated, it means there's more rubber touching the tarmac, it creates more friction, and more friction equals more heat, which means the whole thing gets much stickier and much harder to push your car along the road. So in order to make up for the effort, you need more energy from your car. That energy comes from your EV battery, which means you have less energy, less power to then be translated into range. So in order to maximize your range, it is vital that you keep all four tires inflated to the recommended levels. Now, if you don't know what your recommended levels should be, then you can look in here. On most makes and manufacturers, you have got a little plaque in here that tells you exactly what pressure your tires should be at for maximum efficiency, and that's generally read out in bar and PSI. In addition, your infotainment system will normally tell you what level your tyres are at, both in bar and or PSI, so you'll know where you are in comparison to where you should be. Making sure that your tyres are inflated to the correct amount will maximise your range. Let's talk about the climate and its relationship to your mileage range in an EV. No, not the climate out here, the climate in there, climate control. But it actually starts before you even leave the house. If you're lucky enough to own an EV that comes with an app that goes on your phone, tell it to warm the cabin up or cool the cabin down to your preferred temperature, especially if it's a warm summer's day like today. If you do that before you even leave the house and unplug the car, well, guess what? You're getting more range out of your battery. If you're driving along and let's say it's a little bit colder outside than you might want it to be, then don't just blast your temperature sky high whilst driving. Bring it up steadily to a temperature that you feel comfortable with. The same is said when you're using a heated or cooled seat or a heated and cooled steering wheel. Every time you use those options, you are going to drain some of the energy from your battery. So just use them for as long as you need to bring you to that feeling of comfort. Don't leave it on longer than you need to. All these little things combined will give you 1, 2, 5, maybe 10 plus miles worth of extra range out of your EV, helping you get to your destination in slightly more comfort. Let's talk about the maintenance and the operating system of your electric vehicle and the relationship that that has to how many miles you can squeeze out of your battery. Well, obviously we recommend that you keep your car maintained and serviced based on what's recommended from your given manufacturer. Why do we say that? Well, it's mainly about your operating system, the brain of your EV. By taking it into a qualified technician, they will make sure that your car is running with its latest possible software. And what they do in EV world is via software, make sure that your car is running as efficiently as possible using the right amount of whatever it might be, air conditioning, drive system, whatever you like, to make sure that you are maximizing efficiency. Now, let's imagine that your EV manufacturer has developed an update for your software, your operating system, in between your service interval. Well, fear not. There exists this thing called over-the-air updates, and it is exactly the same as you do with your phone, whether it's an Apple or an Android, where the updates are pushed via the airwaves, and that is exactly what your car will do too. So if you are asked via your infotainment if you want to upgrade your OS, we would recommend more often than not that you say yes. That will go a long way to improving your efficiency and give you more range out of your battery. How you charge your car will also have an impact on your battery's health. This is an AC charger, say like one you might be lucky enough to have at home. If you regularly charge with an AC charger, well, that's actually pretty good for your battery health. If you use one of the rapid chargers, the DC chargers, an awful lot, it puts more strain on your battery, degrading your battery's health, meaning that you will get less mileage over time. So your charging habits will have a direct impact on how much mileage and range you get out of your EV. So just think before you plug. If you want to know more about your options when charging your car out and about on the public roads, then check out the video that we have done about charging your car while you're out and about. While there are things that you can do to look after your EV, sometimes things happen that you just don't expect. That's why having a safety net is a wonderful thing to have. At Big Motoring World, we offer an EV specialist warranty for such scenarios. How you drive your EV directly impacts how much range you get from your battery. First of all, drive gently. Don't just jam your foot on the accelerator and the brake every opportunity you get. Be gentle. Put your foot on the accelerator like there's an egg behind it that you don't want to break. That will keep more power in your battery, giving you more range. That said, it's probably best if you don't speed everywhere as well. Whilst EVs can be very quick and very fun to drive, probably best to stick to the legal limit or even slightly below. That means that you'll keep more power in your battery, meaning that you can go further. Now, if you really want to increase your range while you're driving, most EVs come with eco mode. Pop your car in eco mode over those longer distances, reducing the amount of systems that are drawing power from your battery, again, meaning that you can go further in your EV. By following these tips, you can positively impact the range that you get out of your EV. And if you are looking to get into an EV, or maybe you just want to find out more about electric vehicles, head to one of our showrooms or our website to find out more. Because at Big Motoring World, we're big on choice and we're big on what matters to you.